What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Tyson Fury's U.S. promoter, Bob Arum, aka the Bob Father, has spoken, and he's not a happy camper. Upset with the ruling by arbitrator Daniel Weinstein, who ruled that Tyson Fury owes Deontay Wilder a trilogy. Tyson Fury owes Deontay Wilder a third fight. Tyson Fury must fight Deontay Wilder by September the 15th. The Bob Father said the ruling is extremely disappointing. He says the decision was preposterous. He says AJ and Fury must be amended. He says he still hopes that AJ and Fury still goes forward for August 14th. And they will try to sell Deontay Wilder on taking step-aside money, a substantial step-aside money, and that Deontay Wilder will fight the winner of that fight on August 14th in December of 2021. That's what the Bob Father is going to try to sell Deontay Wilder on. Good luck, Bob Father. Good luck. You're going to need it. Because Deontay Wilder didn't go through all this just to step aside. Deontay Wilder didn't go through all this to take step-aside money. Substantial step-aside money is what the Bob Father said. He didn't go through all this. He wants his belt back. Did you know he named his belt? I forgot what he called it. I think he called it Lucy or something. There's some country name that Wilder called it. Betsy or Lucy or something like that. I can't remember, but he named this belt. He's got affection for that WBC belt. He defended that WBC belt 10 times successfully. He just wants his opportunity to regain the WBC title and become the WBC heavyweight champion for the second time. That's what he wants. All money ain't good money. You want to take step-aside money, then the UK fans saying, oh, man, Wilder, he didn't really want to fight anyway. He just wanted the step-aside money. That's the first thing they're going to say if he agree to this. Wilder ain't agreeing to that. Wilder wants to fight. Fury, you got to fight Wilder next or give up the belts. If you want to push forward with the AJ fight, go ahead. You just ain't going to have the WBC title on the line when you do that. That's what's going to happen. You got to fight him next if you want to still be the WBC champion. You must fight him next. So if you want to go ahead and fight AJ, you got $75 million site fee, allegedly, to fight Anthony Joshua. $155 million site fee, $75 million for AJ and $75 million for Tyson Fury, and then $5 million for the promoters and the undercard. That undercard must gonna suck. Only $5 million, and them two gonna make $75 million. That's how it be though. When you have them real big high-profile fights, the undercard be horrible. Bob Arum already said that people don't pay pay-per-view money for undercard fights, so he known to put on some bad undercards, and I guess that's what they're gonna do in the AJ Fury fight. Both of them getting $75 million, and then they're going to put $5 million into the undercard. So, you know, yeah, go ahead, Fury. But just know that the WBC title won't be on the line in that fight. But that title is going to go to Deontay Wilder. Or Deontay Wilder is going to fight for that title in a vacant WBC heavyweight title matchup against the highest ranked available contender. That's how it's going to go, Tyson Fury. So it won't be no step-aside money accepted. Only thing that need to be accepted is you need to be willing to fight Deontay Wilder for a third time, and the fight must take place by September the 15th. That's how this is going to go down. That's how we're going to do this. Miss me with the money into step-aside, Bob Father. Miss me with that. I didn't go through all this to just take some money and stand on the sideline while y'all put on the biggest, quote unquote, the biggest fight in boxing history over there in Saudi Arabia in front of Prince Khalid. So Tyson Fury, is going to come down to you. Are you willing to drop your WBC belt and chase that $75 million? Go on ahead. You can do that. And you start talking about being a lineal champion again, because that's what you did when you didn't have no belt. You'll be talking about being lineal again, and you are the Ring Magazine heavyweight champion. So you know all that plus the WBA, WBO, and IBF titles will be on the line. So it's still a lot to be on the line, but it won't be for undisputed. It won't be the first ever all UK undisputed heavyweight title if you don't give Deontay Wilder his shot. You must take care of business with Deontay Wilder, then you can go for undisputed against Anthony Joshua. Assuming that Anthony Joshua takes care of business with Alexander Usyk, who is his WBO mandatory contender, #1 contender for his WBO belts. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires, but don't see it happening. I'm like Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. I can't see Deontay Wilder accepting step-aside money, no matter how substantial it is, because he went through this arbitration, which was a drawn-out, long process, and he didn't do that just to settle for some money. All money ain't good money. He gonna make good money fighting he gonna make good money fighting Tyson Fury in a third fight. Might not be $75 million, but it's gonna be some good money. Then you gonna have a chance to once again become the WBC heavyweight champion. You can't put a price on that, Bob Arum. So miss me with paying him step-aside money and selling him on the fact that he'll get the winner of AJ Fury. Because I can't trust nothing that come out of Eddie Hearn's mouth. If they beat Fury, who to say that they just drop the WBC belt and give it to Wilder and go ahead and fight Usyk or Dillian White or fight other fighters and don't even worry about fighting Wilder. And miss me with the fact that Eddie Hearn would even agree to that. Eddie Hearn didn't want to agree to when Wilder said, okay, I'll fight Dillian White, but put AJ on the end of that contract. And so once I beat Dillian White, I would get AJ next. Eddie Hearn didn't agree to that. Think he going to agree to Wilder gets the winner of AJ Fury next in December 2021? Nah, I don't see Eddie Hearn agreeing to that. Eddie Hearn has never been a fan of pretty much locking in Anthony Joshua to 2 fights. Basically saying, okay, we're going to fight Fury, we beat Fury, we got to fight Wilder next. He's not going to do that. He didn't do that in the Dillian White Wilder case, and he's not going to do that in the Anthony Joshua Fury case. Not going to happen. So the ball is in Deontay Wilder's court, and the ball is in Tyson Fury's court. #1 is Deontay Wilder is going to not accept it's not going to accept step-aside money. He's going to insist on getting the third fight with Fury. What he's been saying all along. He's a man of his word. He ain't going to just say one thing and then when it get down to it, oh, okay, I'll take the money. I was saying I wanted to fight Fury a third time. I wanted a chance to get my third belt back, but no, I'll take the money. That's not Wilder. You don't know what type of person Wilder is. You know Wilder is a real dude. And he's been saying for the longest that he wants a chance or an opportunity to get his WBC heavyweight title back and become the heavyweight champion for the second time. And you can't put a price on that. So Tyson Fury, the ball is in your court also. So will you give what Wilder is contractually owed a third fight? Or will you ride off into the sunset and still try to pursue an Anthony Joshua fight? A fight that you are slated to make $75 million, according to Michael Benson, the UK boxing columnist, which I'm sure that was leaked by Eddie Hearn. And will Anthony Joshua be willing to fight Tyson Fury with no belt on the line as far as him having a chance to become undisputed? Because you heard Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn say numerous times that it's not so much about the man holding the WBC belt, but it's about the WBC belt in itself and becoming undisputed. And that's what it's all about for them, becoming undisputed. So it don't matter who holding that belt. If it's Tyson Fury holding the belt or Deontay Wilder holding the belt, we want that belt. It's basically what Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua have said numerous times. So they might not be so willing to fight Tyson Fury if he stripped of the WBC belt for refusing to give Deontay Wilder his trilogy that arbitrator ruled that he must do. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. But there's a lot of moving parts and we'll see how it plays out in the coming days and coming weeks. Let me know your thoughts about the ball father who's not a happy camper, upset about the ruling by the arbitrator. And he says he's going to try to sell Deontay Wilder on taking step-aside money and facing the winner of AJ Fury on August 14th. and he would get his chance to become undisputed in December of 2021. Let me know your thoughts. You think Wilder going to accept that? I don't. I think he wants to fight Fury next or fight for the vacant WBC next. He wants his next fight to be for the WBC title, which he defended 10 times successfully before losing to Tyson Fury in the rematch by 7th round stoppage. Let me know your thoughts and hit the like button if you like the content of this video. Subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.